Hola amigos y amigas, welcome to Los Cabos. For those of you that are new around here, you are watching Mexico Relocation Guide, and today I want to share with you what living in San Jose del Cabo is truly like. In today's video, you're going to get to see some of our favorite areas in San Jose del Cabo, and I'll share with you why I think you'd like living here. We'll go into what the city is like, the vibe, some of the local and typical restaurants, what typical foods you might find around here, activities that you can do, rental examples, and so much more. You're gonna get to see truly what living in San Jose del Cabo is like. So let's get started. Now, if you didn't know this, there are actually two different cities that make up Los Cabos. One of them is Cabo San Lucas, and the other one is San Jose del Cabo, which we'll be covering today. Both cities are located in the Baja Peninsula of Baja California Sur. Today, we're going to focus on San Jose del Cabo, a city that offers a lot of Mexican charm and hospitality with its Spanish colonial character and is very different than its sister city of Cabo San Lucas. San Jose del Cabo is known for its sandy beaches, colonial buildings, art gallery exhibits, and lots of local work by local artists. And another benefit is you're only a 2-hour drive from the capital city of La Paz, which you may have seen in a previous video. Now, if you're flying into the airport to Los Cabos, you're most likely going to be flying into Los Cabos International Airport, a large airport that is actually the 6th busiest airport in all of Mexico. San Jose del Cabo is an old city settled in the 16th century when explorers from Acapulco were looking for a shelter point away from pirate attacks. The locals will tell you that this place has always been uniquely special for ships that would stop here from Asia and all over the region to refill their supply of fresh water. And that's because there's a freshwater spring that is separated by a small strip of beach. This freshwater spring is Aguada Segura. And because the city was vital for providing the necessary means for a lot of residents of the city to be able to live, it became very obviously a reason that the city has flourished and grown. Now, like most of Baja California, San Jose del Cabo has a tropical desert climate. That means that the weather is usually 75 degrees in the winter and between 80 to 90 degrees in the summer months. The city gets plenty of ocean breezes and air circulation, which make it pleasant to walk on the beach or hang out by the sea. Now keep in mind, this side of the peninsula occasionally gets some hurricanes. Although they are rare and far in between, but since 1951, there have been 3 major hits. One in 67, one in 76, and the most costly around 2014. But nowadays, you can expect the days to be warm and the evenings to be pleasant and cool. Now, both city and Los Cabos have become the rising tourist capitals of Mexico, and that's because of their beautiful and dramatic landscapes. There are so many other recreational activities here too, and it's very safe for tourists. San Jose del Cabo is a growing tourist city that has really nice resorts, but there's also a lot of really small and beautiful boutique hotels. It's also popular for surfing and has really access to a lot of beaches. Now, if you're an art lover, you'll enjoy the beautiful colonial architecture all over town and the many art galleries. The city is not as big as La Paz, the capital city of Baja California Sur, but it's also not very small. Just to give you an idea, there are about 130,000 people living here, which means there's always something fun to do. If you're traveling with a family, you will find that this city is very family friendly with a lot of activities for people of all ages. Now, one thing to note is that San Jose doesn't mean that just because it's small, it doesn't mean that it doesn't have a night scene or a nightlife. There are a few spots where you can enjoy late evenings or late nights with live music, dancing, and bars. Especially on the weekends, when you can expect more of a tourist scene in San Jose del Cabo. Now, if you want a more exciting night out with more variety for nightlife, bars, or live music, you can always get a ride to Cabo San Lucas, which is only about 30 minutes away. But if you're anything like me, then you'll be okay with the quieter side of things. Now think of the city as a more laid-back version of Cabo San Lucas. It caters to more daytime activities like golfing, boating, dining out, family outings, nature hikes, and a lot of other daytime activities. If you've seen some other videos where we cover the Baja area, then you already know that the food in this region is truly amazing, especially when it comes to seafood. The Baja-style fish tacos are legendary all over the world, and there's a reason why. And here you can count on finding your favorite seafood tacos just about anywhere. But we do want to share a few of our favorite restaurants in San Jose del Cabo, starting with Frida Cabo Restaurant. This place is a local must. Now you head to the north side of the city between the downtown area and the airport to get here. And this is where many of the locals choose to come to eat for breakfast because the food is cheap. You can expect to pay about 100 pesos for breakfast, which is about $5 with coffee included. They have a wide variety of other options too, not only breakfast. And the nice thing is you get it all with a great view of the nature reserve in the distance. And if you love tacos, you have to try Taqueria la Otra. This is another popular local breakfast spot in the heart of San Jose Centro. We're all about the best food for not a lot of money. And in this restaurant, you can get really good tacos for about 20 to 30 pesos each, or about $1.50 to about $1 each. They specialize in carne asada. Now, if you're looking for something a bit more culinary, you should head to Yumana Kitchen. This new concept restaurant blends 6 tribal cuisines of Mexico and Cabo. And many reviewers rave that this restaurant is like a Michelin star quality restaurant without the Michelin price. Now, if you want to take a bite of any of their dishes, you might actually feel the same way because the food not only is phenomenal, but the presentation and flavors are beautiful. And the prices are very reasonable. Prices range here from 150 pesos, about $7 a plate, and up depending on whether you're here for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. The people here are very passionate about the food, and what I love about this place is that the owner loves his own food too. You will most likely find him eating among all the other diners, and you can ask him to tell you the story behind his dishes. Yumana is right in the heart, right next to the Plaza Grande. Now what about something a little bit more local and organic? Then you should head on out to Tamarindo Farm to Table. Tamarindo is a co-op style organic restaurant. They grow their own produce and food and use it to cook their dishes. Dining here is a whole experience if you're into farm to table. Now generally you need to make reservations to eat here because it's very popular. A nice bonus is their cooking classes, which teach you about the farm but also teach you how to cook their dishes. Now, keep in mind this place tends to be more expensive than most of the other local spots in San Jose del Cabo. But you can rest assured that you will find a wide range of diet options from vegan to normal dishes at this restaurant. Now, if you love fruits and you're leaning towards something a little bit lighter, then you should definitely try Jugos and Licuados Mazatlan. I love this place because it's a local juice joint where you can get juices in all sizes. If you're really thirsty and want the freshest juices and smoothies, you can get something really tasty here for not a lot of money and very quickly. For example, you can get a large juice for under 60 pesos. That's under $3. So you see, there's a large selection of great dining right in the heart of San Jose del Cabo, in all price ranges and for all different dietary needs. Now, if you're thinking about living in Los Cabos, and particularly San Jose del Cabo, it's probably because you're drawn to the beaches, right? And there are a few popular ones that I think are worth mentioning. Starting with Costa Azul Beach. This beach is on the southwest part of the city and is where a lot of surfers like to go, but it's also a great spot for walking and swimming with beautiful rocky points. You can learn to surf here or just rent paddleboards. Another great beach is Playa Hotelera, and you can easily get there from any point in San Jose del Cabo. This is a public beach and it caters to families and locals. It's not very crowded most of the time. It's a great place to really soak in the rains and make some local friends and really practice your Spanish. Then there is also Playa del Estero, with its fascinating beach strip where you can walk between the freshwater estuary and the saltwater ocean. What's nice about any of the beaches really in San Jose del Cabo is that even though the city isn't that small, I mean it does have about 130,000 people, you will never see a beach too overcrowded or too noisy. If you want quiet and peace, you can easily find it on any beach here. And just about anywhere you choose to stay or live in San Jose, you are always close to the beach. Hey, real quick, I want to interrupt this video because I'm well aware that planning a move to Mexico can be overwhelming, confusing, time-consuming, so that's why I created the Mexico Relocation Guide. It's an easy-to-follow guide that teaches you the most important parts of moving to Mexico and also connects you to our directory of recommended contacts. That way, you save a lot of time, you avoid some costly mistakes, and you move to Mexico with confidence. If you're interested in learning more, the link is in the description of this video. Okay, back to the video. Now let's get into some of the neighborhoods that we think you should check out in San Jose del Cabo. Now San Jose del Cabo can be incredibly exciting as a region to live in. However, in recent years, it has attracted a lot of attention from foreigners to even celebrities that have been buying properties left and right. And rentals around here go fast. But we'll show you a couple of neighborhoods that we like and where we think you might like to live, starting with La Costa. La Costa is a charming community in San Jose del Cabo that's both modern but also has a lot of colonial tradition. This area offers a more affordable lifestyle choice while still maintaining an excellent location and really nice ocean and mountain views. La Costa is directly across from the San Jose Malecon, also known as the Zona Hotelera or Hotel Row. The beach, the Sea of Cortez, and even San Jose del Cabo downtown is just minutes away. Plus, you have a lot of really nice cafes, gourmet restaurants, bars, and live music in a nice new plaza known as Plaza El Pescador. Another area not to be missed is Monte Real. You may like this neighborhood for its availability of more affordable homes like this nice 2-bed, 1-bath, unfurnished rental going for 17,000 pesos, which is about $900, $850 to $900 US. Now this area has a lot of retailers and amenities nearby that are very local to Mexico. And depending on where you live, you can easily get to something like an Oxxo, which is Mexico's chain of convenience stores. You can also easily get to a couple of pharmacies, and there are all kinds of local eateries around this neighborhood. Like this hamburger place selling delicious burgers for as little as 90 pesos, or about $5 US. And the nice thing about this neighborhood is you're only a 10-minute drive to downtown San Jose del Cabo. And of course, there is always Centro, or downtown San Jose del Cabo. If you love walking everywhere, this is definitely your spot. You can easily wake up in the morning and go have great coffee from this place, Coffee Lab, a local coffee shop with amazing Wi-Fi. Or you can easily walk to a local cathedral and attend Mass if you're Catholic. And you can easily walk to a lot of restaurants and other amenities. And the nice thing about living in Centro is you're sure to find something going on at the main square. This is where events are usually held in any of the cities of Mexico as the main plaza. Now, staying in Centro also means that you can easily get to one of the many beaches in San Jose del Cabo. But if you'd rather not live where all the bars, restaurants, and noise may be, you can still live out in one of the other neighborhoods further away from the Centro and easily get around by using taxi, Ubers, or even use the Urbano bus to get around in San Jose del Cabo. Now, you've probably heard that one of the main reasons so many people love living in Mexico is because of the people. And San Jose del Cabo is no exception. Like most of Mexico, the people here are warm, friendly, and good-natured. The city has a small town feel where you really get the sense that community is important here. In the Grand Plaza near the cathedral, you will find kids riding skateboards all day and being fully respectful of the people around them. You'll also get to see entertainers that really do engage with the local community, like singers or some other entertainers. Now, many people here also speak English because of the proximity to the US and primarily because of the influx of other foreigners living in the Cabo area. You will notice locals here are very proud and excited to share what they love about their city. And many of them will welcome you to be a part of their lives. Mexicans are just really friendly, and the people in Cabo are no exception to that rule. So where do you do most of your shopping? Well, Baja California is actually an interesting place to shop. There are some cultural differences compared to the rest of Mexico. Here, you will find that most of the common shopping is done at places like Chedraui, Soriana, Walmart, and even those other big box stores that you see all over Mexico. There aren't many outdoor produce markets. Many of the locals here seem to shop at the big box stores. And the stores here seem to be bigger than other stores in Mexico. For example, outside one of the main Sorianas, there is a market with clothing goods and some other things marked down for lower prices. And this is where the locals go to do some of their shopping, and they buy things like perfumes or gifts or other specialty items. Another important thing to note is that purchasing electronics can be quite difficult here. If you need something specific like cameras or computers or anything related, you may actually struggle to find these things in San Jose. La Paz is a far better city to find these things, and it's only a 2-hour drive away. You may find that you will have to go to La Paz every now and then if you live in this area, if you're very particular about finding specific electronics and in some cases other shopping. But don't worry, because thanks to technology, we have things like Amazon and Mercado Libre, which are great options to purchasing anything you can't find at these local stores. Another unique thing in Los Cabos is the everyday use of US dollars. It's very common for businesses and people here to accept US currency. Now, what about medical care? Well, the Baja Peninsula has been very popular for decades as a destination for medical tourism. You have many hospitals, specialty doctors, private practices, and general doctors all over this area. And many doctors here speak perfect English. And if you're on a very tight budget, the local Social Security hospital, also known as IMSS, offers doctor visits starting at 500 pesos, which is about $25, and up, depending on your ailment. Along the main state highway, about every other mile, you will find a medical service clinic or hospital here. And because the city isn't very big, emergency response times are very fast and are generally available within a few minutes. Now, if you're a person looking to recover and heal and want a place with a slower pace of life, with short drive times to appointments, then the city of San Jose del Cabo might be the perfect place for you. Now, speaking of driving times, you may be wondering, how do I get around? Well, a common theme you will notice throughout the Baja Peninsula is that public transportation isn't as good as other parts of Mexico. San Jose, however, has more privatized transportation options due to the major international airport and its traffic. For example, you can hire a Suburban or a bus if you have a really large group of people that you want to get in between cities for not a lot of money. You also have the options of Uber, Didi, taxis, and you also have the option of the bus Urbano. I'll put the description of it down below. Now, if you're moving from Canada or the US, driving here with your foreign plated car is another possibility available to you, since you can drive all the way down to Baja California Sur. And because there are a lot of expats and other foreigners in this area, you can easily find a lot of cars up for sale, since a lot of people end up moving back up north and then they have to sell their cars. And they usually sell them for a good deal. And there you have it. That's why I think San Jose del Cabo could be your next place to live in Mexico. If you want to be in a local place with a lot of Mexican charm, with a great international airport, great food, quiet and beautiful beaches, breathtaking views, great weather, everything in between, then San Jose del Cabo might be for you. It's also a very popular tourist destination, so you know that it's never going to be a dull day in San Jose del Cabo. There will always be something for you to do. If you're interested in learning about a relocation tour in the Los Cabos area, check out the link in the description box of this video to learn more about our relocation tours across Mexico. I hope you've enjoyed this video. As always, I am so excited to share with you all the wonderful cities in Mexico that you should consider living in, and San Jose del Cabo is no exception. My name is Mariana. You are watching Mexico Relocation Guide, and I will see you in the next video. Nos vemos!